Do you want me to just leave?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Junkyard Digs. Today, we are here on Cold the Cornstar's property working on the 68 MG Midget. We just did an engine swap in the last episode using nothing but our hands, a little bit of brute force, a numerous amount of cuss words,
And
2
this.
fence posts, some rope, and a Junkyard Mook. Today we're hopefully going to be wrapping up this episode. We're going to be putting on all of our accessories, rebuilding and installing our carburetors, setting up a fuel system, setting up what little exhaust system we can, and then doing some donuts right here in the dirt. Let's get to it.
Yeah. Need to clean the screen.
To kick things off, let's start hanging some accessories on this sucker. We got our generator and water pump pulley and belt and radiator and all those good things and doodads.
That seems too big.
Oh, I bet you're right, because this motor probably had an alternator. Yeah, we gotta pull this bracket off right here. I'm gonna take these old carburetors off because I'm missing these spacing blocks, this heat shield, all the springs, the connecting linkages, everything. This is a complete unit from this car because it was parked running. It's untampered with. So I'm gonna take these home, maybe rebuild them if I can get a kit in time, so that next time we're out here ready to run this sucker, we have a chance in hell of actually making it run and doing a donut. Because I have no faith in this style carburetor. Also, I want to rebuild them to learn how they work because I love that stuff. So, better my knowledge base and have some good carburetors. Done deal. As I almost smashed my fingers to oblivion. Man, I've gotten these Tang tools quite freaking dirty in the last year. I think it's been over a year now, actually. If you're curious how these hold up after a year of daily abuse, I have not broken, bent, chipped, snapped, scraped, nothing. A single tool. Well, obviously like this I've scraped to hell because I beat the shit out of it. Everything is still totally functional, perfectly organized, exactly how I like them. So yeah, 1 year durability test report. Damn tough tools. TangToolsUSA.com. Check them out. There we go. Carburetors are off. Take them home, clean them up, bring them back.
Heck yeah, I got it. Alright, there she is. On to the next thing.
Alright, we're going to call it there for the night. Sun's starting to go down-ish. It's really not that low, but we have an hour and a half drive home. So we're going to go home. I'm going to rebuild those carbs, grab what other parts we need, come back, fire this sucker up, and do some donuts.
Don't do it.
What?
Don't do it. Oh, heck, you did it. No one needs that. Booger scope. It's what the people want, Kevin.
Hey, Mook, you coming back for this skit, or are you just gone now? Oh, come on. Oh, thank God it's you.
Another butterfly! They need a heck off.
Alright, so it's been a little over a week since we were last at the midget once again. And this time we're going back a little scared. Missed a huge storm when we were gone. What is it? Derecho?
Derecho? I don't know. It's a land hurricane.
Yeah, a land hurricane came through Iowa. Essentially a bunch of tornadoes formed a land hurricane, stayed on the ground longer, and just swept out like half the state.
Look at this. That's a cornfield, but you can't really tell.
Completely flat. Looks like a bean field. Cole put out a video the other day showing some of the damage around his farm. You can check it out right here. It was pretty significant. In that video, there's like 3 frames of the midget, and all I can tell is that it is not where I left it. They had some buildings get totally destroyed. They had a grain bin completely lose its top, and it wrapped around towards the midget and smashed into a shed.
Oh, look at that. School buses got squished.
That bus barn went down. Man, it is way worse over here. Look at this off the left. Whole hedge is down. Oh, I got a sick feeling in my stomach. I would have had that car out of there in time, but we had some other stuff come up. And we went down to Kansas and did this other car, and I thought, oh, this will be fine. Yeah, we obviously didn't know this was going to happen. It was a freak storm, but still, I feel pretty bad about it. Sitting out there when I should have had it put away. Look at these. Like, this whole chunk of woods is just gone.
Holy cow.
The car was sitting up on some blocks, so I'm afraid of is it might have picked the car up and moved it back to where it's sitting, which would be fine. Cars are usually designed to do 100 mile an hour, so they'll handle 100 mile an hour winds straight on, which is exactly how it was sitting. But unfortunately, the back of the hood wasn't bolted down. So what I'm afraid of is it picked it up off the blocks, set it down over here, and then lifted the hood up sideways and probably just beat the shit out of itself. So I'm really, really hoping our sheet metal's not twisted up into a ball and either the car's unscathed or mostly okay, because it was an awesome car with great patina and I wanted to hang on to it myself because it was such a good find. Really hoping now it's not beyond levels of what I can repair, because I don't do body work. Alright, let's go see it. Here we go.
Not Casey's. 2020, you leave Casey's alone. Stop it.
Oh, this actually really screwed up.
Yeah.
This ain't looking good for the midget.
No. No.
Oh, damn, there's a shed down. Wow.
Yikes.
Look at that. Good God. Where's the midget?
It's twisted a little. Oh.
That don't look good. Piece of grain bin. Well, the hood's not attached, so that's potentially good. The engine's still there. I don't see the windshield busted out. The roof looks okay. Looks like the hood just might be a little twisted.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go assess the damage. Damn, yeah. There's an auger in that. Holy crap. Look how far it moved. It fell off the blocks and either rolled back or just was blown and lifted back like 6 feet. Engine's still here. That's good. That's good. Yeah, this is what I was afraid of right here. This is actually not touching the ground. So, yep, it was whipped around a bunch. Damn it. Hope it didn't screw up our grill too. Well, the car, half of everything survived. The hood, not so much. Damn it. It was such a good hood too. This could maybe be repaired. I don't know. I'll give it to Dad. Be like, hey, make this a straight shape again. Looks like it dented in this headlight bucket, which isn't a big deal. We can replace that pretty easy. These corners are still tight. The grill is still good. Nothing else really got screwed up. So as far as the car goes, straighten this pin right here back out for the hood to latch to, and the body survived the storm. The top doesn't really look that much tattered. It was going to need replaced anyway. But this right here sucks. This sucks big time. Finding a hood that matches a car is huge to me, and this one was like the exact same patina. Maybe I can pop it back. No, it's separating. The framing's all bent up. Ow! Not much for small dents though, so it could potentially be repaired. I just sent a couple of these pictures to my friends. Darren says, hood's screwed. You might be able to straighten it with time, hammers, and skill, but you probably only have hammers. The other thing to check into is if any water got in our motor. Watch, it got full of water, now it's seized again.
Kevin doesn't buy a flooded vehicle, he makes it a flooded vehicle.
Well, she still turns over just fine, so that's good. The fender didn't get any more messed up than it was. It already had these dents right here. Overall, we got pretty lucky. These guys were unfortunately not as lucky. They lost some grain bins and large, big, expensive items. In the grand scale, this thing is definitely not nearly as expensive as those. However, those are kind of like not unique and replaceable. And this was a unique one-of-a-piece survivor car. For now, we still have a midget that's been sitting since 1978. It's got a new-to-it motor in it that we swapped in the last episode. And in this episode, we're gonna make it run and drive. All right, let's get her back up to speed. Batteries in it. It is full of water again. Yay. Let's make sure she's still cranked. All right, we're right where we left off. Man, does it stink in there. I guess I learned something today. Even if you're leaving for the night, put a couple of those back in. I literally haven't touched this since we left. I intended to rebuild the carburetors and then come back. Never had the chance because we went to Kansas to do the Oldsmobile Revival, which I hope you guys enjoy. I realize I'm saying this, but you don't know what the Oldsmobile Revival is because that's going to be a month from now. There's a 72 Olds Cutlass, a one-owner car that was parked since '87. Subscribe to see when that comes out because it is a pretty damn good video. So, we got a couple options. These are from my buddy Steve. He has a YouTube channel called This Week with Cars. He was in the last episode, you probably remember him, pretty cool guy, loaned us all these parts that we're using for this revival. He said he ran these, so supposedly they work. I don't have the mineral oil that they need because they're empty. These ones were on the car. I have no idea if they work. They kind of dampen. This one might be good. I doubt they hold fuel, and I doubt they let fuel go to where fuel's supposed to go to, so. We got these spacer blocks, this center linkage, all these springs, a lot of options, and no gaskets. So, yay, preparedness. -300, just like normal. Let's just put these on first and try it. Maybe they'll work great. Probably not.
Old ones?
Yeah. Cool. She's got gaskets on the back. Good enough. Kind of dust them off and hope they seal. They won't, but I can dream. Extra torque will make them seal, right?
Yeah.
Oh God, it fell apart and I don't remember how it went together. Well, it looks like this pin goes here, and that pin goes there. And then this guy goes... Wait, why does this guy look the same? What? Oh, no. You go here. And there. Yes, yes. Then you go here and here. Oh. Heck.
Heck, is it hot?
It is freaking horrible out today. Yeah, Iowa.
Ooh, nice head.
Thanks. Grew it myself. Okay, there, I did it. I'm a wizard. Haha. No, stay. This is a disaster. Everything's fine. It's okay. Don't panic, Mook. Mook, I said don't panic! Ah! Do we have any pictures of this car the way we found it?
I wasn't there that day.
Crap. Allow me to scroll through my pictures. According to the internet, it is plate and then spacers, which I agree with for the carb spacing. I think it is upside down because the dusty side should be up because dust comes from above. Hashtag theory. Okay, that seems way better. Oh, Cole's here. Alright. Our carbs are bolted on. I'm just going to make sure during the storm nothing wacky happened and we lost ignition. I'm just going to make sure it's in neutral. Alright, here we go. Something wacky did happen. My coil got unplugged. How the heck? Here we go. Alright, let's try this again. Oh, you know what? I bet that thing that fell off last time fell off again. It did during the storm since the car rolled around a bunch. It probably lost spark. Okay, let's try that.
like a boat when it's underwater.
Pretty much. What is this thing's deal today? I guess there's carbs on it now. There weren't carbs before. Might be a little more restrictive, obviously. There we go. Okay.
It's like there's no exhaust on it or something.
Yeah. Oh, that was the thing I had to do next. Well, let's put some fuel to it, time it properly, and see if she'll run. I've got a fuel system hooked up here. It's not ideal, but when is it ever? I'm gonna put power to this and see if those carbs spit fuel everywhere. Might actually be trying. I think she wants a little more advance. Doesn't sound like it's flooding out though, so at least our kneel and seat things might be working. It's really hard to do with one person. Do these have a choke? I don't recall. Maybe? Let's just try cranking it that way, see what it does. Damn one-time keys. Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, the water pump?
Where'd it go?
It's fine.
I don't know. It almost hit one of those and went flying at me.
Hey, that's pretty damn good. That is impressive that those carburetors work. The slides are actually lifting and everything. I'm going to call those carbs good. They obviously don't run perfect, but they run good enough.
This is my cane of rust. Hey, stop dropping shit on me.
Well, we were going to put this on, but I just remembered.
It's a little smashed.
It's damn near smashed closed. So we're just going to run the header.
Yep.
Screw it.
Heck it.
Heck it.
Here's what we do next. Are you ready?
Yeah.
A cooling system.
Ooh, damn.
Because it's plenty hot out here. And I
say
bet
that's-
it's plenty hot in there.
That's pretty hot.
Yeah. This is my rust pile. I'm fertilizing this patch of, what's it called? Dirt with rust. And in a few months,
A Chevy will
a
grow.
little tiny car will start growing. There. Now it just needs some water.
Okay. Let's see here. Here's a radiator of doom. Good enough. If this goes hither, let's hit it. Schman. I need a sharp right elbow here. I can use these pieces because I got this guy for up here. And then I need a length from there to there for radiator hose. Here's what we got. Some similar sized hose of a random assortment I found in the back of O'Reilly's. And then just random pieces from these two motors. Let's make it happen.
Yeah. A little propeller.
This is what pulls the car forward. This is actually
Yes.
how cars work. They spin these and they, yeah, these are spun by the back tires.
Yeah.
On the ground. They drive the engine through gearing to spin this faster, and then it goes forward. They're perpetual machines. That's how cars will actually work. I've been lying to you guys for 4 years now.
Everybody's been lying to me.
Sorry. I was actually going to show you guys how to properly time an engine with a timing light, but then I just remembered that the timing mark is on the bottom, and I don't even know how it would be physically possible to set the timing on this engine. Do you look from underneath? Whatever it is, I'm not doing it. I'm just going to do what I hate and set it by ear. Just be like, yeah, right there. So, yeah. I'll show you another day in a different video how to properly use a timing light. For now, let's get that radiator back in there. Our fan and belt are on. I've got a plan for these hoses. Let's get it done and see how bad it leaks. In go ye.
You're making this car look tiny.
This car is tiny, are you kidding me? It's got 2 screws, a zip tie, and a bolt. I'm calling that good. I hate that thing. Now we need to figure out hoses. Looks like this random elbow I got from O'Reilly's is honestly like perfect for this bottom hose. Yeah, I'm just gonna cut it about midway in the label and get some hose clamps and get that guy on there. If you ever run into the issue finding radiator hoses, or you're ever in a pinch or whatever, just ask to go to the back of the O'Reilly's or whatever auto parts store you're in, where they got like 100 hoses on the wall with the piece of hose you have. I took this one and I went, okay, I need to kind of replicate this, because even though this one goes up top, I know there's bends at least this sharp in this car because they're using this hose. So I matched it up the best I could, made sure the diameter was the same, grabbed this one, and then I like to grab something with a couple opposite direction 90s, because this gives you a straight, a 90, 45, another 90, just like exhaust tubing. You go by bends and straights. So similar stuff with this. Bonus points for your lower radiator hose if it's really stiff, or if there's a coil in it to help support it, because what'll happen, especially on like big V8s and stuff, sometimes when you're driving along, and especially on old hoses that have become soft, is they will collapse and suck themselves closed and not let any more liquid through, and then your car overheats. So if possible, get your hands on a reinforced lower hose for your cars. Let's cut these up and get them in there. Okay, our radiator hoses are all done. I am going to fill it, but before I do that, I'm going to get this steel stick mixed up and stuck onto that post on the distributor. If you missed part 2, you're probably confused what the hell I'm talking about. I actually dropped a lot of tech in part 2 about ignition systems and installing a distributor and diagnosing points and stuff like that, and a lot of you guys loved it a lot. I have a lot more tech like that I could drop a lot more often. I usually leave 60% of it out just because videos would be 50 minutes long like that last one. But if you guys enjoy that, let me know down in the comments. I can put a lot more tech in layman's terms and teach you guys a bunch of stuff really simply. Let me know. For now, I'm going to fix that post so it does not short out anymore and we don't lose spark. Everything should be sealed up. Put some concentrate in here and then go fill this with water and top it off. Just remembered.
You have to drink the rest now.
No. There is there's a water leak. Goody. So there's this guy back here. There's the heater core. If I open, I should be able to purge all the air out the back of the block. Get this thing totally full. Which is pretty sweet. Okay, that's boop, right there, not dropping.
Drip.
There's a tech tip, I guess. If you always find yourself having to fill your radiator, because it always gets low after you run something, make sure you A, have an expansion tank, and B, it's working properly. The purpose of this guy is there's supposed to be a hose right here that as this system gets warm, the engine gets warm, and the liquids in here expand due to heat, the pressure builds up, it pushes the excess liquid into that expansion tank and fills it up. The expansion tank should be vented to air. In this case, it's where the radiator cap is. So I might actually need to hook this up, because your radiator cap is what regulates the amount of pressure inside your tank with this spring right here. And if you get too much pressure, this spring will open up and let coolant out of the system and keep that pressure within safe limits. Now, water under pressure is more resistant to boiling. So, if you have a higher pressure cap, you'll have more resistance to boiling, which is why you need a sealed system with pressure, which is also why you need an expansion tank. All the heat will expand that water, it goes in the expansion tank. At night, you shut your engine off, it cools back down, it will pull back from the expansion tank what it needed, which is why on cars you'll see a hot and cold fill level on those. I may need to find a line to actually hook this tank up, because this is where my radiator cap is, unfortunately, or else it's just gonna right out the side here. So add that to the list. Ooh, about got. About got. That's why you never put your fingers on the back side of a wrench, because you'll punch your knuckles off. And I still screw that up sometimes. Keep your palm open when you push so the wrench hits.
Or
Save your hands.
Get.
Yeah, you'll get got.
You'll get got.
All right, Mook. There's our complete cooling system, filled and sealed, ready to go. Got this guy closed down back here, so we don't have to worry about that.
Bonk.
Got it capped off down there in the front. Our expansion chamber has a brand new hose, which is full of coolant, ready to go. Should we fire it up and see if we can tune it a little bit?
Yes.
I need to put our distributor back together, then we can do just that.
Ready, go!
Alright, should have fuel. Wow,
No
that was
scream.
aggressive. When I was down in North Carolina, the guys from Cars and Cameras told me as you smack these, it'll help air bleed them. I'm gonna say that was false. What a quality item for Metal Brock. Good lord. Alright, let's hit the key. See what happens. Hang on.
Once again.
Yep. Maybe. So cylinder number 2 is dead. I don't know why I didn't think of this before, but I'm going to pull that spark plug off and see if it's actually jumping out of that, because I can't see that too well with the screwdriver. What I was doing there was using the screwdriver to give each electrical path a path of least resistance that didn't go through the spark plug, and just shorting them out and seeing if the engine changed harmonically, and number 2 did nothing. So let's refire it and see if there's any spark out that wire. Tells me it's not an ignition issue, which is interesting. But let's pull that plug out and see if there's anything wrong with the plug, see if it's actually sparking through the plug. Beyond that, we can do a compression test. I think that might be somewhere around where there was that loose piece in the valve train. I remember being like, I'll address this, and then I tightened it down, but I don't remember if I checked the valve latch, so it might be holding a valve open and there's just no compression. It's not sputtering or blowing smoke or anything weird, so It's probably not a valve train issue. I'm hoping it's not, because then I gotta re-RTV the valve cover. But let's get that spark plug out and see what's going on inside. Mook, may I have you crank the motor, please? I'm gonna hook up our ignition. And now it shouldn't start. All right, go ahead. Stop. Try it again. I don't see any spark out this guy, but let me make sure I got spark elsewhere. All right, go ahead. Dude, it started running on one cylinder. So I think this might be a bad plug. I don't know. That usually doesn't happen, so that's really strange. We have those old plugs still. We have these old plugs. They don't look the best, but they are spark plugs. Well, I saw a spark on this. Let's put it in and see if it fixes it. Okay, let's see if that changes anything. I've never seen a... Sorry, lied. Once I've seen a spark plug fail to where the porcelain cracked halfway up or something and it wasn't giving spark. It's actually when I was trying to like sell a four-wheeler once. The guy showed up and the spark plug had cooled after the last time we broke it and cracked and failed. And I like drug it around for an hour and a half and the guy's like, what the hell? And then he went home. I was like, what? Replace the spark plug, good to go. But I've never seen it happen in a big spark plug, so here we go. Yep, there it is. Notice how much better it sounds. No one told me these were pissed off little four cylinders. That is a pretty angry 1300 cc's right there. That's impressive.
Some hardware went flying.
Yeah, it probably fell off the
header. Everything.
What do you say we put our fuel system in the car somehow, mop up all the water in the baseboard and see if this thing moves?
Yes.
So I should probably reword something. I have seen broken spark plugs before. Usually they crack up on top, but I haven't seen one that looks totally fine like that one. That looked like a fairly low mile plug that was in that motor, and it was totally failed. So that's interesting. What I was doing with the screwdriver is possible in this engine because of the fact that those are all exposed tops. You can do the same thing on an engine with full boots. You just unplug the wire. Now grab it a little ways back so you don't get shocked when it arcs out to your hand, the closest thing to the ground. But unplug the wire and bring it back in so you can watch it jump onto the plug and see if the engine changes harmonics at all during that time. That'll tell if you have a dead cylinder even on like fuel injected cars. If you unplug something that makes no difference, that is a dead cylinder. If you unplug something that makes very little difference compared to unplugging anything else, that's probably a weak cylinder. Alright, there's all the poop out of the floor. Again. Kind of wipe down where I gotta sit. Yuck. All this crap can go over there. Let's put the fuel tank up higher in the engine bay, probably over there somewhere, so we can run it off the battery or something, and then see if this thing will move under its own power. Actually, first we should probably get these put on. What? I think I can cheat the system a little bit here. I found the pin I need.
He dropped the pin he needs.
I just ripped it in half.
Oh no.
Now we're screwed. Well, now we got big problems. Hello? Alright. The time is nigh. It's time to die.
Literally.
I've been in the sun, beginning to fry. Get in the midget and see if it'll fly.
Or else you're going to cry.
I'm a poet and I was not aware. Alright, come check this shit out. No idea if it's gonna work. Here's what we got. A zip tie going around the bottom of that up to the steel stick welded to the cable with a little screw on the end of it. So if I hit the gas pedal, this is the first test by the way. No idea if this will work. Here we go, America. It sticks at wide open throttle and then I die. Great. Why does that keep happening? Well, I suppose it's time to get some wire and live on the edge, by which I mean die. That looks like a throttle cable.
Yeah.
And that's a kill switch? Yeah, these can be a kill switch. America. Hang on, I'm gonna need some of these. Glad I just burned a half hour doing nothing. Let's stick him through here. Grab him over here. Tie a bunch of knots right here. Luke falls down over there.
Mr. Peck's trying to kill me.
Cut it right there. Oh, that flew down there. But the problem is, I have to be over here. And to pull on it, that's pretty hard. Oh yeah, that's way better. Tried to do it right, it was dumb. Could've just done this the whole time. Scienced. Wham, wham, wham. Wham, bam, 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 wham. Now we need a kill switch, which usually you could use the key, but you can't on this car because, you know, it's hot wired. So I'm gonna tie a square knot in these wires. Use that Eagle Scout knowledge. There we go. Someday I'm gonna just go out to a junkyard with no tools, nothing. Literally just myself, and see if I can get a car running with everything in the junkyard. See how resourceful I can be. If I have one thing I'm good at, it's being resourceful. I can build anything from nothing. Would you guys enjoy seeing that? Is that a video people want to see? Let me know down in the comments. Or if you have ideas for other videos, let me know. I read a lot of your comments and they're honestly great. I learn a lot from them. We love interacting with you guys down there when we see a good one that's, you know, coherent and literate. If you guys leave some good comments, we'll usually respond to them. So if you want to see other videos about other stuff, not so much specific cars, because I can't, if I hunt down a car to do a revival on, I usually have to pay a lot, and it doesn't really pay off very well. Usually these cars I just find, I bump into. But if you want to see something weird, like find a tow truck, or find a dump truck, or a flatbed, or something crazy, or go to a junkyard with no tools and do it, or live in a tent under a bridge.
Do that one.
No.
Aww.
Let me know down in the comments. So, the end of this wire is now hooked to the coil and the fuel pump. So whenever I do that, we should be good to go. Let's give everything a little test run here. Ta-da! A fully operational automobile. So, with that being said, let's see if for the first time in 42 years, this car will move under its own power. Oh, one thing I've never tested, I don't know if I fit in this car. This will determine right here whether I keep it or sell it. Ow, my toes. I fit. Someone put an amp gauge in here that needs to go away so I can fit, but I actually fit. There it is. She moves. That was kind of fun to drive. I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but I kind of like this car. This might be one to keep around. I fit in it. I can drive it just fine. We had 60 pounds of oil pressure, so that's looking great. Throw a bearing or something in the back's making a little bit of noise, but that's to be expected, honestly. What do you say we drive it around front and see what Cole's up to?
Sure.
Here we go. Stupid one-time key. Why? Why does it exist?
It's annoying.
Oh, that's right.
What's wrong?
There's no alternator. The battery's dead.
No!
We don't have another battery.
No!
Well, everything's dead. Let's see if we can bump start it. Now, how's that for a grand finale? There it is. First time since 1978 this car has moved on its own. Ripping donuts in the field next to where it sat when I showed up.
Those are not real donuts.
What?
You weren't even spinning. You're just driving in circles.
This thing's got like a pop can for an engine.
Dust.
Not half bad. Well, let's load it up and take it home. So there it is. For the first time since 1978, this sucker ran and drove. I hope you guys enjoyed this series. We're going to take this home, maybe polish it up for a part 4, see if we can straighten that hood out, fix a few other things, and make this thing roadworthy. Might be a bit before that episode comes out, so for now I want to say thank you to Cole for selling us this car and for all the help he's been during the revival. Thank you to Steve for the engine and all the parts that I have to rip back out and give back to him now. If you like this video, head down, hit like, and subscribe below. Subscribe to Junkyard Mook. Steve, This Week with Cars, Cole the Corn Star, Dylan McCool, Classic Mustangs 429, Thunderhead 289, Deboss Garage, Vice Grip Garage, Cars and Cameras, the whole gang. We will see you right here next week on Junkyard Digs. Peace.